5 crucial pre-launch and operational mistakes that can lead to the failure of newly launched super app business. And I hope that the insights that I'm going to share today, you will find them useful. And also, please stay with us till the very end of the webinar because we prepared something really interesting today for you. Before we're going to dive into the details and talk about those mistakes, I just want to talk about the background of Onti and Playfood and why you can trust us. So we have been on the market for more than 8 years, and during that time, we collected lots of valuable data and lots of experience. On and Playfood, we both believe in the on-demand market, and we also share same values at the core. So we are really willing to share this valuable information, experience, and insights with you because we really want to inspire new entrepreneurs. We also want to show you that there is always a room for a new player on the market. And we want to help you to stay current with market and business insights and trends. So during this time, we've helped more than 250 taxi businesses to launch in 75 countries. And also we assisted 17 food delivery services to launch in 14 countries. All right, and without any further ado, let's dive into mistake number 1, which is starting big. So, some entrepreneurs, when they want to start food delivery business, they're thinking about starting right away with 100 vendors on the marketplace. They also want to hire around, let's say, 50 couriers and supply them with their own vehicles. They also want to cover the entire city from the very beginning. They want to get all of their branded items being delivered before the launch. And of course, they're thinking about launching high-scale marketing campaign. So the thing is that we never say that these topics are not essential. No, they're really important. But you need to remember that all these things can be real blockers from the prompt start. So what we offer instead is minimum viable product method, or MVP, which is basically the methodology that allows you to launch quickly and test concepts. So basically, you begin with a simplified version of your super app. You launch it quickly. You start testing this concept or with a limited menu of restaurants and in a specific geographic area. You gather the valuable feedback also quickly. You refine your processes, improve your workflow, and then you start growing gradually. So what can be to-do list in this MVP method? It can look like the following. 3 simple stages. Stage number 1, you need to identify where exactly in your city you're going to launch. To launch, you just need to choose 1 or 2 districts. Next, you need to hire a small team. And I want to remind you that if you already have the taxi business, you can get your people who are working within taxi services and get them also to work for the food delivery, especially during the launch when we're talking about the small scale. So you just need one call center manager, and you need to find from 1 to 3 couriers who can be your taxi drivers. And the last stage is to basically establish relationships with up to 5 restaurants, preferably from 3 to 5. So the list is quite short, but there is also opportunity to streamline this to-do list even further using the drop shipping model. So what is the idea of this model? It's basically a retail fulfillment method where a meal or grocery delivery service does not need to stock the product itself, build relationships with the restaurant, or open its own ghost kitchen. The model can look like the following. When the customer places the order, vendors are not going to be actively involved in this process. Instead, marketplace couriers, they are going to contact the vendor, place the order, then go ahead, pick up this order and deliver it to the customer. Hence, in this model, you don't need to establish the classical relationships with the restaurant. You just need to get the catalog of the restaurant and upload it to the platform. So, hence, the to-do list with this dropshipping model can look like the following. We have same first two stages, defining operational zone and then hiring small team. But instead of establishing classical relationships with the restaurant, you just need to get menus of 3 to 5 restaurants and upload them to the marketplace. Of course, you need to understand that this dropshipping model is ideal model to start with. So once you're going to reach, let's say 10, maybe 20, 30 orders, you will need to start growing and heading towards the classical model and switching to the model of working with the restaurants based on commission. Why? Because classical model where restaurants are actively involved, they're using vendor app, this model is more cost effective and time saving for the customers. Hence, in the long run, this model can guarantee the higher success rate of the super app business. But for the initial launch, to test the concept, to test the feedback of the customers, the dropshipping model is quite efficient strategy to pursue. And also later in today's webinar, I will show you the quite detailed scheme with the step-by-step plan on how you can launch the super app project using this MVP model and how exactly you can grow further. All right, so now we are going to talk about mistake number 2, which is launching with 100% readiness. Well, spoiler alert, it will never be 100% ready. There are always going to be some delays from the contractors. Some issues, unexpected issues can occur. So we encourage you not to waste time, not to lose your money. Just use this MVP method, determine the most essential tasks to tackle for the launch, and using this method, act fast. And now let's compare what are the advantages and disadvantages of MVP method versus complete readiness one. So on MVP method side, what do we have? We have cost efficiency, operational streamlining, speed and quality control, brand building, marketing focus, risk mitigation, scalability preparation. Quite many advantages. On the disadvantages side, we have quite obvious limited revenue potential because MVP method assumes that we are talking about smaller scale of the project. So you shouldn't focus on MVP method for too long time. You should use it quickly to move further to the further growth and scale. What complete readiness offered us? Better brand recognition, provided that you have substantial marketing budget. If you have huge marketing budget, clearly you can launch high-scale marketing campaign prior to launch, and by the time of launch, you're going to reach quite successful brand recognition, which can also grant you competitive advantage. If, for example, there are some competitors on your market who are starting small and they do not pour that much money into marketing, but at what cost these two advantages come? So we have high initial costs, operational complexity, no room for errors, employee training and management, because here we're talking about much bigger teams than during the MVP method, higher marketing costs, and also huge time investments. So I think that basically right now you are able to see which model wins. And next, we have our mistake number 3, being a multitasking hero. Well, it's quite a common mistake. And believe us, you need a team. You need at least one dedicated manager who can share tasks and responsibilities with you. So what kind of solution we offer? We offer you to hire one assistant or one project manager, because what kind of prospects you may have without having an assistant? First of all, inefficient resource allocation. You unfortunately will have to sacrifice the quality of your tasks. You might also have limited expertise in all of the areas of food delivery niche. You have less strategic focus because on the daily basis you have to tackle mundane tasks, quite small details. Hence, you also going to have overwhelming workload, and as a result, this can increase the risk of burnout. So when you hire the assistant, you as business owner, you will have enough time to work on high level business planning. You will be able to focus on strategic tasks and think about the global development of your company. You will be able also allocate your team and business resource efficiently, while your assistant is going to cover any ongoing tasks that you want to outsource, and of course monitor the timing and quality of those tasks. What kind of tasks we are talking about? For example, making the list of potential vendors that you would love to approach. Getting the contacts of those vendors, perhaps making the initial approach with those vendors and scheduling the main meetings, publishing the ads about couriers recruitment, leading the calls with the couriers to discuss the conditions. So there are so many small details that you can outsource to this project manager, and as a result, you are going to get, first of all, engaged team, because you have time to become inspiring owner. You will also increase the quality of the tasks. You will decrease the burnout risks. And also, as a result, you are going to definitely increase the chances of the success of the super app project. And now, candidate mistake number 4, we have no advertising campaigns. Um, so on one hand, it would be, of course, great to have a huge budget to act big. On another hand, we already mentioned that acting big might not be the wisest strategy to pursue. Sometimes partners, they think, okay, if I don't have sufficient budget for marketing, I'm not going to do marketing at all. Somehow it's going to figure out, things are going to work out naturally. Well, marketing is crucial part in making your business take off. So what we offer instead of ignoring marketing completely is to prepare a marketing and branding base. What exactly we mean under branding base? We are talking about brand identity. Uh, think about logo, create this logo. Create brand color scheme, because it will ensure that all of the pieces of content, they will be created in one style and look consistent. Think about positioning and values. That will definitely help to unite your visual concepts, plus create a clear value proposition from the marketing perspective. As for the marketing part of things, it's wise to do market research, because you need to analyze the situation in your country with food delivery. You also need to analyze your competitors, what kind of business models they have, how you can stand out from the competition, why people may not be happy with the competitors. Also, you need to come up and you need to identify, determine your target audience. Who are the people that are going to use your services? Describe them, create their portrait, and also do the segmentation of this audience. Next, you definitely need to come up with clear value proposition. So you need to answer question why customers should order from your marketplace and not from the competitor's marketplace. What kind of benefits the customers are going to gain if they switch to your service. And remember, I mentioned in the very beginning that the value of Play Food is not to gatekeep the information, but share the information, insights with you. That is why we are ready to help you with the market research. So here you see on the screen QR code. And if you scan this QR code, you will get my WhatsApp number. So just text market research, and we will be able to provide you with the market research about food delivery niche in your region completely free of charge. We will just continue the discussion of this market research after the webinar. And last but not the least, on the marketing side of things, is to prepare your social media and to think about social media presence. So I think it's obvious that in today's world, social medias are super important. So what we advise is to determine the most popular social media network in your country or city. And then out of these networks, just focus on one of the network and supply it with regular content updates. Do not try to cover all of the networks because you might scatter your attention and also it might be too overwhelming. Just choose the network where your target audience is present and that is more popular within your audience, and provide the content that is also popular within this target audience. Example of usage of these social networks. Let's say if we take Instagram or Facebook, you can use accounts there as landing pages for different marketing and advertising campaigns. Also, for users, it's going to be much easier to communicate with you and share the feedback via comments and also direct messages or UGC, which is user-generated content. Plus, on top of that, within, for example, Instagram, there are mechanisms that can allow you to gain free reach on social media without any extra investments into the ads, such as Reels. So why not to use this tool? Okay, so if you already scanned this QR code and you are ready to move to the next slides, just perhaps give me some reaction here in Zoom, or maybe just post the plus button in the chat, and we will move further. I will just give you some time to scan the QR code if you haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'll just intervene here. I see Aslam raised his hand. If you have any questions, could you please just put it in the chat or in the Q&A box, and we will get to it a little bit later.
Okay, so we are also going to post the link to this QR code in the chat so that you can get back to it later. And now let's continue with the specific free marketing tools that can help you to promote Super App. So first tool, we already discussed it, social media platforms. Pick up one and then provide regular content updates to this platform. But also, it would be great to pair social media platforms with influence marketing. In recent years, influence marketing kind of became a thing. And if you want to gain high reach results in building brand awareness and brand recognition, it could be a great solution to find some bloggers and start cooperation with those bloggers. Of course, if we're talking about big bloggers, they could be a bit on the pricey side of things. However, it can be also quite a good idea to reach out to smaller bloggers, because even though they're small, they have a smaller following, they're quite engaged with the blogger and they are more attentive to the products that the blogger promotes. So tool number 2 is email marketing. Collect emails from your customers, create campaigns to inform about any new updates or promo code. Classical tool, but still works well. Tool number 3, push notification campaigns. Here we're talking about push notifications within Super App. So it's great tool. First of all, it's free of charge. Second of all, it's extremely effective because imagine you are basically delivering your messages to directly to the customer's home screen. And also about push messages on Playfood website, playfood.com, in our blog, we have several articles devoted to the topic, how to configure those campaigns from the technical perspective, plus what kind of marketing campaigns, what kind of messages you can convey in those push notifications campaigns. So if you are interested, make sure to check out those articles. Tool number 4 is influence marketing. So we kind of already talked about it. Pair it with social media platforms. And last but not least is collaboration with local businesses. When we're talking about this collaboration, usually we observed that local brands, they are willing to help their fellow local businesses, but also you may try to approach bigger market players, some really well-known brands that you have within your country. And you may wonder, but why those brands should be interested in cooperating with us? Well, answer is simple. When those huge brands, when they want to launch some creative marketing campaigns, usually they go to creative agency, marketing agency, and those agencies, they charge quite a lot of money for such campaigns. So if you are able to come up with great, creative, bright campaign, and you can offer this campaign to these big brands, I'm sure they will be happy, they will be eager to work with you and use your idea and collaborate together. So now we are racing towards, I would say, the most important part of today's presentation, and one of the most perhaps crucial mistakes. That is mistake number 5, not fully utilizing your customer base. So on one hand, it is very logical to start with the taxi business. You get ready with taxi, you launch it in a few months, and here quite often partners, they just stop and they stop developing the taxi brand. We think that better solution would be launching another service within Super App. After the analysis of the launch stories, we think that it is more profitable to get ready and launch your food or grocery delivery brand in order to double the profit that you already have, that is already coming from each customer who uses the taxi services. And on top of that, when you are going to launch this new service within Super App, remember that you are going to pay less to acquire and retain new users because each new customer works for both of your businesses. So now I would love to get your full attention to the next slide, because on the next slide, we are going to show you we call it success scheme, that step-by-step plan of how you can successfully launch the Super App business, and what kind of stages you may have. So here we have 4 stages. Above those stages, you may see the approximate timeline needed to launch each stage. So let's say you're going to start with taxi business. So you need from 1 to 2 months to launch this business. And then instead of just stopping here and pouring all of your resources in the taxi business, you can start working on food delivery branch MVP1. Remember, in the very beginning, we mentioned that MVP1 does not require lots of resources. It can be done using the current resources you have within the taxi services. What you need to do within MVP1, specify operational zone, again, 1-2 districts of your city, and then get a small team, 1 call center manager, up to 3 couriers that can be taxi drivers. And also you need to get 3 to 5 catalogs of the restaurants that you're going to register on the platform based on the drop shipping model. So restaurants are not going to be involved actively. and start testing the concept, start testing the project. The sooner you start testing the project, the sooner you're going to figure out what you need to do in order to improve your processes, improve operations, maybe improve the value propositions, because customers will start being engaged with you. They're going to start providing you feedback, and it's really important to figure out this feedback as early as possible in order to use it to improve the project and scale successfully. So this stage will take again from 1 to 2 months. And once you reach, remember we were talking about the milestone of like 20, 30 orders, 50 orders, you can go ahead and proceed with MVP2 stage of food delivery business, which includes, first of all, expansion, because in MVP1, we launched only within 1-2 districts. Second of all, here you will start gradually increasing the number of restaurants and kind of approaching those restaurants to work based on the commission model. First of all, you can take the restaurants with whom you worked based on the dropshipping model, and you can show them that their catalogs are already on the platform. They just need to sign the agreement and agree on the commission. Plus, you may still actually leave the dropshipping model to deliver from major players such as McDonald's, whom it can be a bit challenging actually to attract to the platform at the beginning stages of the project development. So this stage can also take from 1 to 2 months, provided that you are really focused on increasing the number of those restaurants. And after that, as time goes, you can proceed with the stage number 4, which can take well from 2 months to infinite amount of time, because here we're talking about full scale, full growth. From the food delivery perspective, you can continue growing the number of restaurants. You can also expand the coverage, like you can go to another cities within your country, or maybe eventually you're going to target some neighboring countries. Also, it is possible to launch, for example, your cloud kitchens, and you can also add new services in Super App. What I mean here is that not only you can deliver from food vendors such as restaurants, cafes, or grocery vendors, you can also get some other vendors to your marketplace, to your catalog, to cover wider range of customer demand and attract even more customers and hence increase the amount of orders. So, and what kind of vendors exactly I'm talking here? You can see them on this slide. Of course, food and groceries, they are our main specialization focus, but our partners, they also deliver from flower and gift stores, from pet supply stores. Our partners, they work with pharmacies, with beverages, with liquor stores, with childcare product stores, pretty much anything that has a catalog with the goods or food that can be displayed, and that preferably should be delivered within the very same day or based on pre-orders. And on this slide, you can see the ecosystem I already described in the success scheme, but kind of on a higher level with the prospects of growth and development. So you're going to have your super app. Within the super app, you have taxi branch, then you connect food delivery business, you deliver from restaurants, from cafes, then you connect, let's say, groceries. You are adding just new types of vendors to the very same marketplace, which will not incur any additional costs. You will connect, for example, pet supply stores, flower stores, pharmacies, childcare product stores. And when you feel ready, you can even open Cloud Kitchen, and you will use this food delivery business here as the delivery tool for your cloud kitchens. And here we are just talking about one city. As time goes, you will just do the same in, for example, another big city, in the neighboring city. As time goes, you're going to scale to more cities within your country. And after that, since you're going to gather experience, you're going to gather insights, you just will be able to do those launches quickly and efficiently. You will be able to pivot to other countries. So I hope that you are as excited as we are. I understand that it would be great to see all the time talking about right now with your own eyes and kind of test it from your side. So feel free to scan this QR code in order to get a demo account and basically test the super app from your site. And also, when you're going to get this demo account, just bear in mind that you will receive one of the possible options of the design of this super app marketplace. So when we are working with our partners, of course, we are doing full white labeling of the applications. So we are going to use your brand identity. And also, I believe that we are going to leave the link to the demo registration in our chat. All right, so perhaps also now you are sitting and thinking, okay, but is there actually a demand for food delivery services? So I have an answer to it. We've recently conducted a comprehensive study, and our mission was to measure the real demand for super app services among the active users of on-demand taxi businesses. We basically took on the partners, we took the users, and we ran a survey with a very simple question: are you interested in the food delivery services? And users were supposed to answer yes or no. So we managed to collect data from 17,000 participants, and the data shows the following. 44% of users, they got engaged with this questionnaire. Out of them, 30%, they answered, yes, we are interested, or 14%, they opted for no answer. But even this no answer, it's still kind of good answer because you can dig further with the users that may not be that enthusiastic about food delivery services, find out why they are not enthusiastic, what's wrong with the food delivery services from their perspective, and use their feedback to strengthen your brand and basically to convert this no answer into yes answer. So is there food delivery demand? The answer is definitely yes, there is. Customers are interested because, well, basically the pandemic situation, it has changed the world completely. After that, on-demand services, they were and are still experiencing an upturn. If you want to read about our market predictions for 2024, we have an article on our blog, playfood.com. Feel free to go ahead and check out this article. All right, and yeah, we've been talking a lot about Super App. Just to refresh, what is exactly Super App? To make sure that we are on the same page. So Super App is basically two businesses in one application, ride-hailing plus food delivery. One application for customers and also one application for drivers. And what are specific benefits of the Super App versus like the separate solutions? First of all, Super App, that's the solution that helps you to stay competitive on the market. Currently, major players such as Uber or Bolt, they offer combo solution. And for customers, it also became quite usual, quite customary to see both services within one place. Second of all, when you're using the Super App, remember that you have opportunity to earn from one user twice, because this single user is going to interact with the two types of services at the same time. And on top of that, it's much more convenient for the customers to have everything in one place. Next, customer acquisition and retention. when you are engaging one user, this engagement is going to work for both businesses, because taxi and food delivery buttons, they are located within the same home screen. When you are doing advertisement of food delivery, people who are going to open the super app, they will be also exposed to the taxi part, and eventually they're going to check it out. It's easier to scale, and you receive the opportunity of cross promotion. What exactly do we mean under cross promotion? We mean push notifications that we already discussed today, and also in-app messages. We are also eager to help you with the launch of those campaigns, because we already have experience of doing that with our partners. So we are eager to share with you the best practices that we learn regarding the launch of push notification campaigns and also those in-app messages. Next benefit, better driver utilization. So when you have your drivers who can work at the same time, both on taxi services and also food delivery services, and they can easily switch from one order type to another order type, you allow them to stay active when they may have the decrease in the workload. Hence, you allow them to get more predictable income, and also you maintain their motivation to work for you and not to switch to a competitor who may have, for example, more stable taxi workload. Next benefit, high quality apps. So we have two different teams working on each solution. It grants faster development of features within the application, and also when we are deciding what exactly we need to develop within the application, we always base our decision on what do our partners need and what can help them to increase the number of orders. Plus, on top of that, our applications, they are stable. We are also ready to scale with you. We are ready to withstand the high load. And besides these technical assistance with maybe onboarding or scale, we are also eager to provide you with the expertise that we have in the business domain of the niche. What kind of business model is better to use on your region? What kind of prices it would be better to set in order to stay profitable? What kind of marketing strategies and campaigns you may launch in order to target the audience more efficiently? What kind of messages you should convey in those marketing campaigns? All these things we are eager to work with you together on and do our best to ensure the successful result in the end. And last but not the least, super add benefit is the cost savings, better price for both solutions. So now we are coming at, I believe, one of the most interesting parts also of this presentation. Here, you may see what exactly taxi ecosystem includes and also food delivery ecosystem includes. And if you're going to get two of these ecosystems separately, let's say you start with taxi first, and and then maybe after 1 year, after 2 years, you will get the food delivery ecosystems. The total investment into these two branches will be $9,000. However, with Super App comes our special offers for you, which gives you taxi plus food delivery ecosystem only for $5,500. And within these, you are going to receive the individual accounts on both taxi and delivery platforms. You're also going to get for branded apps development, App Store optimization, and Facebook SDK analytics. And not only you're going to get benefits from the setup fee part, but also you will get benefits from the subscription part, because for separate services, you would pay $200 per month. And for Skipper app, you will get taxi panel plus delivery marketplace for $160 per month. And extra bonus, 2 months without any subscription. All right, so I think that you might definitely need some time to think over all of the information that we shared with you today. We want to make sure that you have opportunity to book this special offer. So Lisa is going to enable the special box. Yeah, I believe you are able to see it on the screen now. Please jot down your name and also phone number with the country code if possible, so that you have opportunity to book this offer at the discounted price. And the validity of offer is 2 months till the February 14th. So make sure that you get in touch with us. And if you have any questions about the offer, if you have any questions about particular implementation on the project on your market, also please leave your details. I will be happy to discuss each of the cases individually with you. All right, so I think we are good to go to the Q&A part of our call. So we are going to leave this box so that you have opportunity to leave your details while we are talking about the questions. So Lisa, I believe the floor is yours again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna manage this Q&A session. We're gonna start with some questions. We have already received some questions from our Spanish-speaking participants, and as I said, first of all, the recording and the presentation will be available after the webinar. We will send it early next week, I think Monday, Tuesday at the latest, to everyone who joined our webinar and who was not able to join our webinar as well. So let's just go straight to the questions that we have right now. Yes, please, again, I just want to remind you, we will go through the questions in the Q&A box and through the webinar chat. Let me check. We have not real questions in the Q&A box, so I'm going to get to the webinar chat right now. And so we have, I saw there was someone was asking about, do you have a detailed business plan that follows the success scheme? Vera, I do remember you showed the success scheme on one of your slides. So if you, I don't know, should we get back to it, but maybe you can just answer whether you have this detailed business plan.
So I think that it's just one of the plans that we worked out already during these years. We can definitely help you with the business model, which is basically part of the business plan. This success scheme, it's kind of, let's say, the more high-level steps that you can complete. It's kind of the general direction of your development. And then in terms of the business plan, we do have the special tools that can help to figure out the business model, which is kind of crucial part of your business plan, because in this business model, we do consider things like delivery prices, your commission with the restaurants, your compensation to the couriers. And also on top of that, we can help to figure out the marketing strategies and marketing approaches. So yeah, I think that if you combine all these three things together, it can be part of the business plan. And whenever you might need some additional things that I have not mentioned now, our team is always eager basically to help and provide the consultation and figure out the solution together.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vera. So yeah, really Playfood guys, they're super open to help you with the launch of your application of your business. I just want to add from the Ondi side, we do have the business plan guide, and I'm going to share the link to this business plan guide in the chat. It is shared, so please feel free to just sign up and you will get this guide on how to prepare your business plan. I see, Khaled, you're raising your hand. I just want to remind you that it would be okay. I can see your question here in the Q&A box, but let me just finish with the chat first, and then we will get to your questions. So no worries. Everyone will get the answers. I just want to remind you, please put your questions in the chat or in the box. Okay, so we answered the one about the business plan. A completely different thing with this super app offer. And this is something that is not available at OnDelight, really. Like what you have there, yes, you have some services, some different services, but what you can get with this super app offer is not available there. So regarding, let's get to the next question, guys. I'm sorry, we don't have a lot of time, but we will do our best. So Murat, is Playfood part of Ondi? No, we are partners here. So this is not like Playfood is a part of Ondi. It's not. So regarding monetization of the app, when it comes and regarding advertising within the app, we do not offer these services. The way that you make money with our applications is by providing food delivery and ride-hailing services. We do not include any advertising. It's a completely different thing with our applications. After buying app, should I pay transaction charges? Farah, could you please help me with this one?
Transaction charges. I believe you are talking about transaction charges that you have if you're using the card payments within the app, such as Stripe transaction charges.
I guess
if that's how I understand the question, then the answer is going to be the following. The responsibility of covering, let's say, Stripe transaction charges are on you, but there's a way how you can basically transfer these to the user using the special service fee that you can implement, and users are kind of going to pay like extra fee for the processing services of your marketplace, and you can use this profit to cover your expenses on the payment gateways commissions.
We have another question about monetization. How can I set monetization of the app in our local currency and use virtual currency? I don't think like this is something that is really applicable here. Like if I understood the question correctly, again, when it comes to working with the services, you just, again, of course, you will of course use your currency, your local currency. The question here about like, you don't monetize the app, you kind of work with your services, and that's how you make money.
I'm sorry, Lisa, can I just jump in quickly? The only monetization that come across my mind is the promotion of the restaurants. Like I think you are familiar to the similar schemes in other big aggregators, where if vendors want to get extra promotion within the app, then they can pay extra money to get, let's say, 1 week of being displayed within the banner on the first page of the catalog. We have similar features that can allow you to implement similar strategies. For example, you can place the banner of the vendor on the landing page of the catalog, and basically at some point of time you can start charging for this type of promotions. So if it falls under the concept of monetization at some extent, then we have this tool, for example, that you can use to get some extra profit from vendors besides the commission. Extra profit from the promotion of those vendors within the marketplace.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Vera.
Yeah, so it just also perhaps came across to my mind that those banners I'm talking about right now, they can be also linked to the external websites. So maybe if you're going to partner with some, I don't know, service that you think your audience can benefit from. In this case, you can also upload the banner of the service, which can be, for example, not a restaurant, not a grocery store, or something else. And you can put the external link to this service so that when people see the banner, they click on the banner and they are redirected to the external website of this partner who ordered, for example, a promotion campaign from you.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So I think the last question that I see, at least for now, no, not the last, but another one from Murad. Is there an option to make taxi drivers pay in advance an amount based on a percentage of their trips and add that amount to their account? I will be honest with you. I am not so sure, but I see maybe there are I see some colleagues in the chat. So guys, could you please help with this question to Murad? I see Christina, probably Justin is also here. Guys, I'd really appreciate if you could just answer this question from Murad. Then we have a couple of yeah, so it's similar to InDrive way of doing things. Okay, thank you for clarification. We have some other questions. Can a customer know when food arrive? I guess.
Yeah, sure. The customer will be able to track the progress of the delivery within the app. There are 4 stages of the delivery. The last stage is courier on the way. And basically, whenever the order changes the status, then the customer is going to get the respective notification, like push notification within the app.
Excellent. So thank you so much. And I see the last question. I'm not sure, like, what is it about? But who will fix the taxi charges?
I'm not sure what is meant under fixing the taxi charges, to be honest, but
In here.
yeah, because it can mean different things. Like if you're talking about who's going to help to set up the taxi charges or figure out what will be the taxi charges, then we are talking about on the team. So yeah, if you have opportunity just to clarify your question, that would be great.
Yeah. Okay. I see the one like Murat. Unfortunately, I don't see like any I don't see the answer from the team, but please let me get back to you with the answer to your question. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I will just copy paste it. And I will get back to you regarding other questions, guys. Really have no, okay, just real quick. Will you limit the amount of licenses per city to avoid flood in the market?
Could you please come again with this question?
Or will you limit the amount of licenses per city to avoid flood in the market? Just don't think we can do this. Like it's usually what authorities do.
Yeah, if we are talking about preventing some other partners to enter in the market, if basically that's the question, then I think that some sort of like exclusivity questions they can come into place if we're talking about really high scale projects. Yeah, so that's basically what I can answer for now, if I correctly understood the question.
Okay, excellent. Really, we have quite a few. We have a question regarding back-to-back rides from Rehab. We have the question from Umar. Guys, let me just really, because we have no time, let me just get back to you via email, and we will answer your questions via email, okay? Because we have no time, but you will get our...
But thank you so much for your involvement. That's great to see this level of engagement. And we will be happy to respond to all of your questions afterwards. Just let's make sure that we stay in touch. We have your contact details. And yeah, of course, we are ready to answer all of your questions already outside of the webinar.
Yes, yes. So I'm ending the poll now. We have your answers. Thank you so much for this amazing webinar, Vera. Thank you so much for great insights, for your passion, for amazing answers, really. And thanks to everyone who joined us today. It was really great to see you guys. It was really great to see all of your questions. Really amazing. Again, we will get back to you with all the details, with all the answers, just with everything.
Thank you so much, Lisa. It was a wonderful, wonderful webinar. I had a real pleasure to participate in it and also answer these questions. So thank you so much. And I wish everyone great Thursday. And also I wish everyone great upcoming weekend.